Welcome back to the 2-Minute Warning, episode 276. Troubles in Houston. Deshaun Watson wants out. Will he go to Miami, San Francisco? But in this video, we're going to be talking about Pittsburgh. Jay, should the Pittsburgh Steelers try to trade for Deshaun Watson?
I definitely think they should at least make or take a phone call. Whoever's reaching out to who, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers should at least see what Deshaun Watson costs. But there's definitely a couple things to consider. Deshaun Watson has a no-trade clause, so he definitely has a final say in really where he goes. Like Carson said, whether it be Miami, San Francisco, or Pittsburgh, he really has to want to go to Pittsburgh for him to sign off and say, yes, you could trade me there. But even if he does say yes, the Pittsburgh Steelers do have a veteran quarterback, a Hall of Famer quarterback, a Super Bowl winning quarterback who might still want to play another year. So if Big Ben wants to stay and he doesn't want to retire, what will they do with him? Will they force him to retire? Will they trade him to the Texans? To me, if they trade him to the Texans, Big Ben's going to retire. You played your entire career, 18, 19, 20 years with one team, one franchise, one Super Bowls, one type of personnel, Mike Tomlin. I don't think Big Ben would play with the Texans. I think he'd be forced into retirement if they traded him there. He wouldn't want to play there, but they wouldn't necessarily be trading them straight up. We've seen in the past history when superstars are traded, considering Jalen Ramsey and Jamal Adams, they've both cost 2 first-round picks each, and we can definitely easily say that a quarterback is much more important than a cornerback and safety, and those guys cost 2 first-rounders, so I definitely think Deshaun Watson would cost at least 3 to 4 first-round picks. Now, that's a lot of sacrifice for the Pittsburgh Steelers, sacrificing their future for a potential 1-2 year run. Not that it's 1 or 2 years, but they're really betting on Deshaun Watson to be better than have more talent than the next 3 to 4 draft picks they could get through the NFL draft. So that's a lot to bet on. Juju Smith's a free agent. Are they going to keep him? Even if Deshaun goes there, will he have a receiver to throw to if Juju leaves? Yes, there's Chase Claypool and Eric Ebron, but he's in a similar situation that he was with the Texans, where he doesn't have a superstar guy to rely on. He doesn't have a Weapon X. He doesn't have a safety blanket like Aaron Rodgers has with Devontae Adams. He won't have that connection like he would in Pittsburgh. So I don't think the Pittsburgh Steelers really want to sacrifice 4 first-round picks, and Deshaun Watson doesn't want to go somewhere where he doesn't have receivers. Now he does have a much better defense to rely on between Devin Bush, Bud Dupree, T.J. Watt, Minka Fitzpatrick, Joe Hayden. However, that is a good point for Deshaun Watson if he went to the Steelers, but those couple of players could be the reason Deshaun Watson comes to Pittsburgh in case Pittsburgh trades some of those players to lessen the amount of draft picks they have to trade. Say the Pittsburgh Steelers want to offer Mason Rudolph so the Texans have some quarterback to deal with, and maybe Joe Hayden, a cornerback, plus 2-3 first-rounders instead of 4 or 5 first-rounders. They could possibly do that. I think it's definitely a possibility. I think there's a lot of talks. I know Pittsburgh fans, you guys want a fresh start, and you want to see a quarterback that can rely on the next 15, 20 years, and not Big Ben, where you got about 1 year to maybe 2 years left in him. I know you want to see the long-term future be bright, not just this year. I think they should take at least a phone call.
Yeah, those are all good points. I mean, if I'm a Steelers fan, I don't see an immediate big problem with Big Ben. He's 38 years old. They've gotten, 2 rings out of him?
Yep.
You look at guys like Tom Brady, who are 42 or 43.
Yeah, 43.
Drew Brees was 41. I see no reason why Big Ben can't be a player like that. I see no reason why they can't play with him for the next 2-3 seasons. I mean, I don't know what type of contract is Ben on right now. Do you know?
I think he's on a 1 more year option, but it's costing him about $40 million. So
okay.
If you could trade for him, you might as well get the younger guy.
So that's kind of a tough spot. I mean, the Steelers are obviously, they won 11-5 this season. They were
11-0.
They were 11-0.
12-4.
Sorry, they went 12-4. They were 11-0. Struggled there at the end of the season, but there was no doubt this was a good team. Obviously played really bad in the first round against the Browns. But if I'm a Steelers fan, if I'm part of the Steelers organization, I'm not looking for that type of quarterback, because Jay's absolutely right. If you do trade for Deshaun Watson, that's the end of the road for Ben. Yeah. Deshaun is not the type of guy that needs to sit behind somebody else for a year or 2 or whatever. He's going to be brought somewhere to start.
You could say Deshaun Watson's better than Big Ben, so there would be no debate if he starts over.
That's a good point. And if I have both guys on my team, I would start Deshaun over Big Ben 100%. Top 5 quarterback, more mobile. Obviously, he's 24 or 26, whatever he is. He's much younger.
I think he's 24, 25.
24, 25. He's much younger than Big Ben. So that's kind of where the decision comes in, is does Pittsburgh really need a high caliber quarterback when they were just 12-4 and just halfway through the season a Super Bowl favorite team, Super Bowl contending team. I mean, obviously that was halfway through the year, but
yeah, I mean, if they made this trade happen, they're probably going from a top 10 quarterback in Big Ben to a top 5 quarterback in Deshaun Watson, which is an amazing upgrade for sure. But then you're not addressing your big problems, whether it be picking up and upgrading the run game. You're going to still be sticking with James Conner because you're going to have no draft picks. You're going to have no salary cap taken on Deshaun Watson. Not that that's an issue. Like I said, there is still an upgrade in the quarterback position, but when you don't have a run game, no matter who's in the quarterback position, they can't do absolutely everything. They need someone to rely on and have as a backup plan. And James Conner, I think he has talent, but he's not the answer for Pittsburgh's run game for sure. Then, like I said, in the receiving core, Deshaun Watson, if they don't re-sign Juju, if they don't draft a guy because they don't have draft picks to get Deshaun, and they're just stuck with Chase Claypool, you're going to be a similar situation Deshaun was in Houston that he is in Pittsburgh. Yes, the defense is much better and the quarterback is better, but you still need a well-rounded football team, not just a good football team in 1 to 2 factors.
Yeah, that's all true. And just for me, the bond and the chemistry with Pittsburgh and Tomlin and Big Ben is too strong for them to
just move on.
Jeopardize all that by trading for a guy like Deshaun. Because like I said, Deshaun goes there, he's going to be there to start, which then, I mean, obviously it's football, the goal is to win, it's a business, but how can you do that to Big Ben is really the main factor why I think this is not going to happen.
Yeah, I think the final consensus would be if the price is right, go for it. If they're giving you a steal, sure, but sacrificing your future is definitely not worth ruining Big Ben and his chemistry with the Steelers and just your overall future in general.
The bottom line is you pick up Deshaun Watson, you're getting a great football player, but at what cost? I think the Steelers, the cost would be too great for him.
Sounds good.
All right, 2 minute warning.